Hello my dear student, welcome to biology. Today it's our 5th class and we are learning chapter 1, the living world. So my dear student, last class we came to know the meaning of life, and we know that life shows some interaction of molecules, and through the interaction of molecules some biochemical reactions occur. Okay, and through biochemical reaction you'll find that some exchange of energy and matter occur between the living body and the environment. And now we say that if anything in our surrounding, if they show this kind of activity, then we'll consider it as a life. Okay, that means if some object shows interaction of molecules, again exchange of matters, energy, then they have some capacity to show some consciousness towards the environment, then we'll consider that as a life. Okay, so we came to know the meaning of life. So my dear student, when we say that what is living and what is non-living. Okay, so already in your earlier classes you have learned about the difference between living and non-living. So for many years you are learning about living and non-living, yes or no? And in your earlier classes you came to know about living and non-living, and I hope that you know the basic difference between living and non-living. So for example, you can consider now, as you all are watching the video, you can consider the mobile and yourself. So you'll consider that now what is a mobile and what is you. Mobile is a living or non-living. So when you are asked that mobile is living or non-living, you will say that mobile is non-living. So how you can say that mobile is non-living? And when you are asked that are you living or non-living, then you will automatically answer we are living. So what is the difference between you and that mobile? Okay, so when you'll find the differences, then you'll come to know that there are some difference between this mobile phone and you. So meaning of life, so that meaning of life you can compare with that mobile phone and you. Okay, so here when we say that mobile phone, okay, so or when we consider ourselves, so when we say what is living, okay, so today we'll come to know the difference between we and that mobile phone. Already in earlier classes you came to know about the living and non-living. So today again we will have a repeat discussion on what is living in a biological way. Okay, so what is living? So my dear student, when you are asked what is living, then an object having the following reasons are considered as living. So we will discuss today some of the characteristics of living organism. If an object shows the characteristics that today we will discuss, then we'll consider them as living. So to be living, an object must fulfill some of the characteristics, and if they fulfill the characteristics, then we'll consider it as living, otherwise we will consider it as non-living. Okay, so an object having the following reasons are considered as living. So number one reason is the number one character that an object must fulfill to have living. Okay, so number one is in living organism growth take place. So my dear student, growth is a very prominent characteristics of living organism. So here you may see in the picture, you may see that how after seed germination you have seen it. Okay, so small budding, then you may see that through the time passage of time, how from that a small seedling a plant is grown. Okay, so likewise you may consider as that when you sow a seed, okay, then from the seed slowly and slowly you will find the seedling is taking place, small buds are coming out, then after that time that small seed grows up into a giant tree. Okay, so now through the passage of time you will find that the growth is taking place. So growth means what? You will find that their size, shapes, okay. So everything is been changing. Clear? So this picture, I hope that this picture will clarify the idea of growth. So you can consider yourself. So a plant shows this kind of character. So we'll consider plant as an living organism, and it is living. Another example you can take yourself. Okay, when you are in nursery, can you remember when you are in nursery, your height, okay, then your hand, you can consider your hand how much small it was, okay, to hold one chocolate. Okay, so if somebody gives you two chocolate, then you find it very difficult to hold with that hand. But today you see your hand can hold more than 5 chocolates. Yes or no? So you'll find that through the passage of time in your body also, what happened, the structure have changed. Okay, the shape, size, okay, whatever changes you can see, that will consider as growth. So now one question is that, do non-living, okay, we say non-living, do that table, your chair, your pen, your book can show this kind of growth? Okay, can they show this kind of growth? Okay, now for example, your copy today you have kept on the table. So have you seen that after 10 days it became the shape of the table? We never see. So they can't show this kind of characteristics. But there are some exceptional cases in non-living also, where you'll find that non-living also shows growth. That means their size is increasing. Sometimes you may see it, okay, in some, but there is difference between the growth in living and non-living. Okay, so my dear student, living organism growth is known as intussuspension. Okay, so intussuspension is a term which is used for living organism growth. So if you considered growth in living organism, if you see that living organism shows growth, then we'll say that activity is intussuspension. Okay, then accretion is non-living growth. So if you find that, okay, today in hills, okay, and in mountains, you'll find that mountains are also growing day by day. Some mountains you'll find that today this much height, the next day they are growing. So how this thing is happening? So in non-living, what happen, from peripheral part, what happen, you may grow from outside, okay, growth is taking place. That means for example, today a substance is 1 kg, then tomorrow what happen, it became a substance of 2 kg. But that 2 kg, what happened, from outside you'll find that from outside something have happened. Okay, some materials have came and accumulated, and because of it their size growth. But in living organism, what happened, internally that growth will occur. Now for example, when you are in nursery class, your hand was so small. So is this like this? Okay, today your hand is little more larger than that, and now you want a hand like okay, so you want now 30 centimeter length your hand. Okay, so that hand, what happened, can you paste something and make it growth? No, you can't make it. Okay, so in living, what happen, internally that things should happen, some activity should happen, then only what happen, you'll find a growth activity. Clear? So in living organism, internally the growth occur, whereas in non-living, outside, okay, you may say from the peripheral level, from externally, what happens, some growth occur, because of which two terms are used in living and non-living. So my dear student, I hope that you have understood that growth is a very important characteristics of living organism. Now if any living organism does not shows growth, then you'll find that that organism, they are existent on the earth, what happened, it seems to be some abnormal. Okay, so a normal living organism always shows a growth. Now whatever living organism you'll find in your surrounding, you may question that whether they have growth or not. Now you'll find that growth are taking place in each and every individual in nature. Okay, in each and every living organism in nature, and at different phases, okay, at different times, and growth will vary. Okay, so in our, the growth will be some different, and compared to bacteria, okay, so their growth, but that property will be there, the term growth. Okay, now let us consider that to be living, what is the next character that an object must have? So number 2 is reproduction. So reproduction is a characteristics of living organism. So my dear student, reproduction is a very important characteristics of living organism, because of which we can say that this is living. Non-living, okay, reproduction. So now in non-living you will find that this character is absent. Now for example, what is reproduction? Okay, so reproduction is an process through which a living organism increases its number. Okay, so to exist on nature you will find that living organism, okay, so we know that living organism they live on the earth for a limited period of time. So each and every living organism has a goal in their life that though they have a limited time period on the earth, but after they go from here, a copy should be there on the earth, because of which what happen, a property is seen among the living organism, and that property is reproduction. So reproduction is to increase the number of individual. Now you will find that in case of flowering plant, okay, you are considering that seed, okay, when you sow the seed, from the seed what happen, again seedling, again new plant. So likewise you will find that in flowering plant the number of plant are increased through seed. So seed is playing a very important role in reproduction. Okay, so reproduction means to increase the number of individual, okay, or to form a new individual, so that living organism has a property to reproduce. For example, in case of unicellular, that is the bacteria, you will find that as they are very simple in structure, a very simple their functions are, so because of which you will find that in them the reproduction is also very simple. Sometimes they will show a very simple fission, okay, binary fission, that means their body may divide into two part, okay, and as a result from one bacteria you will get two bacteria. So likewise what happen, you'll find that reproduction are properties, okay, different methods are there. So you in second year you will learn about reproduction in details, and I hope that in class 10 also you have learned about reproduction. So reproduction is a characteristics of living organism, whereas in non-living, if you want to increase the number, what you all are doing, now for example you want 10 pens, then you have to make, yes or no. So this thing are happening very externally, the term reproduction we are not engaging there, okay. So for reproduction what happen, cell must be present, okay. So this reproduction process are taking through two most important phenomenon of cell division, that is mitosis and meiosis. And mitosis and meiosis cell division is totally absent in non-living organism, okay. So my dear student, today we came to know that to be living organism, number one property that an object must have is growth, they must show growth. Number second is reproduction, so they must have the property of reproduction. Then number 3 is metabolism. So metabolism is another characteristics of life. So to call a living, metabolism is a very important phenomenon. Now my dear student, we should know that what is metabolism. So metabolism is the sum total of all the biochemical reaction that is going on inside a living body, okay. So inside our body, inside any living organism, you will find that biochemical reactions are going on 24/7, okay. From birth to till death this metabolism is going on. That means some biochemical reaction, you will find that they are continuously going on inside our body. And this biochemical reaction, why we are calling them biochemical reaction, because bio means life. So inside a living body the chemical reactions are going on, because of which these are known as biochemical reaction. Now you will find that we want energy, okay. So we are consuming some food, yes or no, we are consuming some food. So in class 10 you have learned about digestion. So in digestion you will find that a series of reactions are going on. That means when you are taking some starch, okay, rice, when you are taking rice, so your rice contains starch, so starch is broken down into glucose. So such a reaction you have seen, so that reaction is known as biochemical reaction. So likewise what happen, several reactions are going on inside your body. But have you ever seen these reactions are going on inside a stone or that table, chair, your pen, your book? Have you ever seen? No, we have never seen. So metabolism means what? All the biochemical reaction that is going on inside a living body. Okay. Then number 4, cellular organization. So cellular organization of the body is the defining feature of living forms. So my dear student, you will find that this is a very prominent difference between living and non-living. So living organisms are made up of cell, whereas non-living, they are not made up of cell. So cellular organization. So a living structure is made up of cell. Now some are made up of single cell, which we call unicellular. Some are made up of more than one cell, we call them multicellular. And we are example of multicellular. Human beings are example of multicellular, whereas bacteria is an example of unicellular. So bacteria to human, this, okay, so all these are considered as living. Why? Because they are made up of cell. Their body is made up of cellular organization. So cell are organized in such a way that there is a union between them and there is a unity between them, because of which our body is able to function in a very proper way. Then number 5 is another very important characteristics of living, that is consciousness. So consciousness, the defining property of living organism. So my dear student, you'll find that non-living, they cannot feel. Consciousness means to feel something. Okay, so for example, when we say, we may think that plant, they are living, are they conscious? Okay, sometimes you may feel that they are not they don't have any feelings, but they also have feelings. Okay, so some plant you have seen, touch me not, when you will touch it, they will show some, okay, reactions are there. Now other plant also, you will find that they are also showing some feelings. For example, when you, okay, when you are plucking some plant leaves, okay, you'll find that when you pluck it, there you'll find some juicy substance are coming out. Okay, that means they also feel something. They are showing that we also feel something. Okay, so consciousness means that living organism are having some feelings. Okay, they are conscious. Now whenever somebody touches you, you feel very, what happened, alert, you are conscious. Then when you see something, that also gives you that consciousness. Similarly, not only the animals, the plants also have that consciousness. Similarly, the microorganism also shows this kind of property. But the non-living, okay, that because of which what happened, non-living, in non-living we are doing several activities. Okay, for example, when you are very angry, what happened, whatever thing is in front of you, some of you do it, isn't it? You do it. So when you are very angry, what happens, you are throwing the things here and there. Imagine that if this living organism can would have that property as you, consciousness, then what they would have done, they would have shouted, yes or no, they could have made some noise like you. When you feel pain, you are shouting and doing some other activities. Similarly, the non-living could have shown this, but as they don't have that property, they are helpless to show it. Okay, now when you are very happy, then also some reactions are there in you. So this kind of reactions are known as consciousness. Sometimes you feel irritation. Okay, this is also a type of consciousness. So consciousness is the defining property of living organism. So my dear students, so far we came to know about an object. If it shows growth, it is living. If it shows reproduction, it is living. Metabolism, then it is living. Cellular organization, then it is living. Consciousness, then it is living. Then my dear student, number 6 is birth and death is another important characteristics of living organism. So my dear student, we know that living organism, once it take birth, then it is very definite that death will be there. Okay, can you say any person that they have taken birth and death have never occurred, or they are still here on the earth? So scientifically, there is no any evidence that after birth what happened, people are still existing on the earth. Okay, so if somebody is taking birth, then death is very definite. Clear? Now for example, but in between birth and death you'll find that people are just doing so many activities, and we forget that the goal of life is ultimately what? We all are rushing towards the death. We know that we all are rushing towards the death, but still we are very happy to rush towards it. Yes or no? Yes. So now for a non-living, okay, birth and death, they are out of this life cycle, okay, birth and death. But living organism has this criteria of birth and death. Okay, so lifespan, we are talking about the lifespan. So lifespan is you can say is very relevant to living organism, but for non-living you cannot say that this is a lifespan and this and that. But for this living organism, birth and death is very definite. So if somebody takes birth, then death is definite. So this type of phenomenon or property is seen in living organism. So my dear student, I hope that you came to know about what is living. So to be living, these following characters must be fulfilled by an object, then only you can say that they are living. So I hope that you have found the reason that why we are living. Do we have all this property? If we have that property, then we are living. And your mobile phone, do your mobile phone have this property? If it does not have that property, then that is non-living. So today, okay, after writing down the notes, you question yourself in your surrounding, whatever things are there, do they have this kind of property? The object that have this kind of property, you will consider list them in living, and those don't have this kind of property in non-living. So likewise you will make a chart of living and non-living. Clear? So next class, my dear student, we will learn about diversity in the living world. So with this, today we end up. Thank you and have a good day.